Hi everyone. Maybe this is gonna be my first podcast. I don't know. I've recorded a billion podcasts about a billion different things. I've talked about capitalism. I've talked about Black Lives Matter. Everything under the sun. Talked about spirituality. Talked about cancel culture. All of it. But something more urgent has come up and's been really like pushing my buttons these past few days. And I'm talking about the Dani Leigh situation. So if you don't know what happened, well, I didn't even introduce myself. Before we get into all that, my name is Salamata. I am a 15-year-old who loves talking. I have many dreams and aspirations for like who I want to be and what I want to do in my future, and a talk show host is one of them. If any day Zane Lowe is listening to this or Zach saying, I love you, I want your job. Um, yeah, putting it simply, like, I would love to do that as a job, but I also want to be a lawyer, and I have, be in public health. There's just a lot of things that I want to do, but this podcast right here during quarantine has been keeping me very much sane. I haven't released anything, but I sit here sometimes and record an entire podcast and save it in my drafts, and the reason I haven't released anything because I haven't decided to sit down and listen to it over and edit it, because, like, it's kind of weird to listen to your voice, especially when you're the only one talking constantly. And I don't want to say the wrong thing because I'm scared of cancel culture, because the way you will get canceled for the dumbest things on the internet, and the people who are actually really, really terrible will get always get a pass, which, like, it's weird, but, like, it's the way the world works, and I can't do anything about it. So by not putting anything out there, by not putting myself out there, I am protected from this cancel culture. But I saw this thing yesterday that I was like, the people in your life can cancel you. They can decide that they no longer want to be in your life and ghost you. And I was like, well, if I can be canceled, if people are not gonna like me no matter what, I'd rather just do what I want to do. So here I am making a podcast, and today we're going to be talking about the Dani Leigh situation. Dani Leigh is a Dominican singer, dancer. She has really great music. I really used to like her. But then she released a song called like Yellow Bone or something, and she kind of branded this had like an empowerment song to light skinned women. And at first thought, I'm just thinking, like, why do light skinned women need an anthem? Like, all the other male rappers don't give them an anthem, like their own. They're the only people who talked about in music and media, and they're only people that are pretty much uplifted. So, like, I didn't think there was a need for it. And then I looked at some of the lyrics, and I was just like, this isn't an empowerment at all. This is not an empowerment. So I'm going to pull up the lyrics and read some of them to you all. We hear the lyrics, Yellow Bone, that's what he want. And when you listen to that, you're like, well, that's not empowering at all. That's kind of just like, it's pretty much very much like male gaze type stuff. It's just like, you're not empowering the woman for that. And I don't know, I thought that was really weird, given the fact that she's dating, what's his name? The baby, who I used to really like, who I used to really love, but in times like this, I'm kind of questioning him a lot, because why would you let her release that song? Not that he can control her or anything, but, like, who on her team decided that this was going to be released, that the public needed this, that they had to have it, because the song is really bad. I don't know if it's been released yet, but we just saw the Thriller clip that she was dancing to, and I thought, well, wow, it's really bad. It's really bad. Like, there's no chance saving this. And, we can firsthand be like, it's bad firsthand. But also the morals of it is also really bad. First of all, a lot of light-skinned women have been coming on saying, like, I don't need an anthem, we don't need an anthem, like, we're celebrated, which was the first point that I'm making here, is that, like, they don't need a point. And people comparing this to Brown Skin Girls by Beyonce, I'm hurt. I am appalled. I'm appalled that you guys would compare these two songs. They're not on the same level. They're not. Okay? Brown Skin Girls celebrates the girl themselves. It's not like a man will want you for this and that. No. It's saying you are this and you are beautiful for being just the way you are. Okay? The video didn't only show black people. Okay? There were South Asians in the video. So, like, it was celebrating all brown-skinned girls. And it was celebrating brown-skinned girls because historically, brown-skinned girls are always dogged on and always disrespected and made fun of and bullied because of being dark-skinned and being brown, you know? So, like, please don't compare the two. Like, I would literally cry. I will cry because I'm really passionate about this. And in light of this controversy, Dani Leigh has doubled down that, like, basically on her colorism, every woman, every human, every celebrity, okay, everybody on Twitter, Instagram, everybody in the comments who have called her out for this, she's calling haters because she doesn't want to see where she has been wrong and where she is going to improve herself, which I think is really bad. Like, if you're going to be a celebrity and if you want to have a long-lasting career, you have to listen to your fans. You have to listen to the feedback. Any job for that matter. Pretty much any job, you need to listen to customer feedback always. And for her to be this wrong and not care about anything is really weird. Like, when YouTubers are wrong, even if they don't care, even if they're going to continue to say the N-word, they're going to release an apology. They're going to shed a few tears. Miss Dani Leigh did not shed not one tear, okay? She said, I'm colorist and I'm proud. She really said that. I mean, that's what her actions are saying. And, you know, let's go back to the baby thing. The baby is a dark-skinned black man who has a dark-skinned daughter, okay? His baby mama is a dark-skinned black woman. Beautiful woman. Beautiful. She's gorgeous. Mimi, if you're listening, which you're not. But you're gorgeous, love. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. Okay? Like, how could this be a thing? Like, what? Like, what? You're gonna look into your dark skin, okay? Your dark-skinned boyfriend's daughter, who is also dark-skinned, and say anything? No, you could never. And I think it's very embarrassing that this child is gonna grow up and see this and be like, wow, this was the woman my father was with? Embarrassing. And for people saying that, well, she's Dominican, what does that have to do with anything? Yes, Dominicans are mixed, but she's clearly not black. You can be Dominican and not be black. I promise you can. Not all Dominicans can say the N-word. Not all Dominicans are black. Okay? Because back in the day, even when, when races were mixing because of slavery and whatnot, there was also a hierarchy, okay? The Spaniards were there, and, you may have a little more white blood than you think, okay? And that's the case here. And you're very, very, very light-skinned, okay? Very light-skinned. I don't think anyone sees you and goes, she's black. I mean, with the box braids and the hoops and, no one calls her out for that, and nobody has called her out for that until now, and I'm glad we're talking about it. I'm glad we're here and we're having this conversation, because the way in every picture, Dani Leigh looks different. She looks like she's a different race in every picture. It's weird. It's weird. And we only give this a pass to Hispanic people, to the Latinos. But that's crazy. And we can see in a lot of her old tweets where she takes herself apart from the black community. She doesn't say, I'm black, okay? Like when she posted about George Floyd, she said, I'm Dominican and I've grown up with the influence of amazing black friends, culture, and music. We stand in unity and love. Stop separation and let's all fight together with our voices. So in this post, she's not saying she's black. She's saying she's Dominican. Okay, she's Dominican, so she's not black. Okay? So she's very much Dominican in this post. And what does that mean? She's Dominican, not black. Right? And when you look at your parents, because, Twitter will dog on people. That's why I'm not on Twitter. Twitter is scary. Twitter is scary, okay? I don't have the heart to be on Twitter. So Twitter found her parents, and her parents are very light-skinned as well. Very light-skinned. No trace of black. I don't see any black here. And so, why was Dani Leigh saying the N-word? I don't know. I was starting to like her. I was really starting to like her, but then the way she came out with the colorism, ooh, it was not very cute. It left me very speechless. And if you want to listen to any professionals talk about this, I really recommend Madame Noir, who has a beautiful article on this, and Very talks about it in depth. But the song is bad. The song's morals is bad. Her perpetuating colorism in 2021, very, very disgusting, very bad. People bringing up the argument that, well, it's uplifting light-skinned people. It doesn't add up because she's not black, so the word red bone and yellow bone only applies to black women who are light-skinned, like my cousin. And she's clearly not black, so I don't understand. Like, what did we expect? What they expect? And everyone is confused, especially people who are not black women are very confused on this topic because they don't know what to feel. I'm gonna tell you what you need to feel. You need to feel like this woman is being very weird, and I'm thinking this comes from maybe one day at the playground, some girls did not let her play with their toys, and she went home, and her mom told her, "Well, they don't like you because you're light skinned." I think that's where it comes from. That's where the complex comes from. Okay, if you're a mother, never, ever, 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 ever tell your daughter, your child, that someone doesn't like them because they're too pretty, because they're light skinned. None of that. None of that bullshit. Because it's not true. It's not true, okay? And there's this TikTok challenge going around right now. Introduce yourself as why girls don't like you. Maybe because you have a really ugly heart. Very, very ugly heart. If you participate in that, please. You're weird. I love being judgmental. I do. I'm a Gemini. What'd you expect? Just to reiterate, there's nothing positive about this situation. So if we decide as a society to have this conversation and, listen to black women for a change, we can actually honestly talk about colorism without making it a cancel culture issue, because that's not what the problem is here. The problem is a light-skinned woman who is not black wants to make an anthem to uplift light-skinned women, which isn't really an anthem if it's being perpetuated through the male gaze. If that was the case, you could have listened to Redbone by Childish Gambino, which is a beautiful song. Okay, that song came out. I did not hear a peep. I still haven't heard anyone saying, well, he disrespected dark-skinned women with this song. No, the song was beautifully made. The song charted very high. It was a very good song. But it's not the case. Yellow Bone by Dani Leigh is divisive. And her keeping her stance that she's done nothing wrong, people are just wanting to hate on her, is detrimental because it's gaslighting everyone, especially the black women who are this is not a song that we need, because black women, dark-skinned women are the ones who need to be uplifted, because they're the one who are deemed undesirable by media, who are always targeted, who always have to stand up for themselves. And if we don't stand with black women on this issue, it's just another step we've gone wrong. It's another place we've gone wrong. It's another time that we failed black women, failed to protect them, failed to understand them. I don't like the way she's gaslighting black women. A lot of people have spoken out about this. It's even a topic on The Breakfast Club, which she reposted. But even them on The Breakfast Club, they were not really talking about it as seriously as it should have been taken. And I know, we like to talk about celebrities as gossip because we don't see them as humans, which is another problem in itself. But this is weird. This is a reflection of our society, and we need to take it seriously. And we need to decide what kind of country and society we would like to be and how we would like to hold black women and, how we interact and relate to one another. On this short episode, I touched on colorism by talking about the Dani Leigh issue, Yellowbone, the song, and my closing thoughts are that I hope this is taken seriously. I hope we hear people out, and I hope we understand that this is a complex conversation. Race is complex, very complex indeed. And that's because of like colonialism and mingling, and like, one day in the future there's gonna be no race because we're all gonna be so mixed in. Like we're all gonna have a little bit black, a little bit of white, and race won't be an issue. But until we get there, we have to understand how race is such a huge part of society and how we need to work forward and change that. But until then, guys, we have to do the work. We have to listen and have conversations respectfully, might I add. Yeah. As a 15-year-old little black girl, I'm signing out from my bedroom, and this is the very first episode. Love you all. Thank you for listening. And I know I started a podcast, and I talk now. And when I talk, I do these little accents, and like, I'm not British at all. I'm not American for that matter. Well, I am, but I don't associate with America, basically. So I do have little different accents sometimes. Sorry, not sorry, it's my personality. You come here for my personality and my word, or just to support. Well, I really appreciate that, by the way. Signing off from the bedroom. See you later.